To be honest, we deserve what we got with 5th place this year. We've deserved it for a long while now. Last 4 or 5 years, we've deserved to drop out of the Champions. What's the point in getting to the quarterfinals every fucking year and just going out? Maybe Europa League is...
We don't get to the quarterfinals every
year.
year.
Yeah, the last fucking 16, mate. Yeah, even worse. But I mean, what's the point?
I wouldn't mind that, quarterfinals every year.
Europa League is probably at Wenger's level, our level. We can actually win that. But do we prioritise it next year? No. Because Man United have not progressed this year just by winning the Europa League. So if we go into next season, finish 5th, 6th, win the Europa League and get into Champions League, that's not progression. Fuck the Europa League.
What's progression for you then?
Progression is Wenger out, Kroenke out, and then we can start progressing. Until that happens, whether it's now, whether it's next summer, whether it's the summer after that, God knows when it's going to be.
So you want both of them gone?
Of course I do.
And you're back with us on Sons of Bitches. Izam cannot sing that because...
Lay low, boys, lay low. You know what would be funny, CK, if Liverpool loses the playoff?
Hey, shut up! Anyways, guys, we are at episode 54 of Sons of Bitches, and we are at the end of the season, basically.
Yeah.
That means that we are going to go for a break very soon.
Yeah.
But we're going to separate the last wrap-up to 2 parts, this is the first part, which is just the domestic league wrap-ups.
And hopefully in the second part, we get the better studio lah.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So we are going to wrap up the Premier League, the La Liga, as well as the Bundesliga. Each of the seasons, except for La Liga, were quite interesting this season.
So sincere.
Hey, La Liga. Dude, La Liga, the referees were interesting. Don't forget that.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
that only happened after Mikel came on the show like 4 weeks ago.
In my mind, I still thought that Madrid was still gonna choke, but I guess everyone else knew. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna do a typical wrap up. We're gonna do a winners, losers, and a memorable moment for each of the leagues that we've been covering. So to start things off, enough of the bullshit. Let's go on to the Premier League wrap up, where the winners and losers consist of 3 teams each. First winner, of course, is champions Chelsea FC.
Boo, mother bye.
You're just salty. But yeah, I mean, good for Chelsea. They finished with...
Whoa, coming from Arsenal fan.
Chelsea's been a good team this season.
Hey, the more you say that, the more they're gonna win the FA Cup, you know.
I would love to see a good fight. I mean,
a good fight that ends up
You hear the silence just now. Keep the silence, don't cut it. Keep the silence.
a good fight that ends up with Arsenal losing, really.
I mean,
don't wanna say
if we
anything.
deserve to lose, we deserve to lose.
Okay, anyways,
They'll just give like
Consolation.
Yeah, consolation for Arsene Wenger.
Then I don't mind either.
Since you're gonna lose to me every season now, I'm just gonna give you this cup, you know?
wow.
That's provided Conte stays though.
Yeah, that's what FA Cup stands for, fucking Arsenal.
That's provided Conte stays, by the way. No, there's rumors about Conte going Inter Milan anyways.
Inter Milan.
Yeah, there are.
After one season in Chelsea and a very successful one out of that.
Yo, think about it.
I'd rather he go to China with.
No.
Now, I won't be surprised if Chelsea doesn't do well next season and Abramovich just decides to fire him.
I mean, it's a recurring trend with Chelsea managers, but if you think
Yeah.
about it, if Conte goes to Milan, right, it's
Wait, Antonio Conte, not Diego Costa.
Antonio Conte, the
Oh,
manager.
shit, sorry.
Yeah, there are
Wrong
rumors
person.
saying that he might leave.
Yeah,
which I find
because
quite absurd,
people only started rallying
seriously.
behind him.
Yeah.
People only started rallying behind him after Christmas. Yeah, remember that fight against Arsenal that they lost 3-0?
Yes.
They were all saying, "Oh, Conte is such a shit manager. He's not fit for Chelsea, etc., etc." Bam,
And
after
then 3-4-3
Christmas
happened.
Yeah, then everyone was like, "Yo, Conte is amazing." Blah blah blah.
Suck a shit.
Anyways, they did redeem themselves from a shit season that they had in 15-16.
Plus 43 points from last season.
Yeah.
I think I'll give Conte this. He managed to reinvent a system that works for Chelsea. What he needs to do now is add that. That's definitely something. He's going to do shopping definitely this summer.
Provided he
A
stays
lot, a
again.
lot of shopping. There are quite a number of players, if you pay attention to the squad, that are aging already.
One of them left already.
Fabregas, Costa, even Azpilicueta himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
Willian also, if I'm not mistaken, is quite old already.
I think it's in his peak, right? I don't think
He's in his peak
30
already.
something.
So he will definitely need to figure out, because okay, do you know Chelsea has like 67 players on loan outside? I'm just throwing out a figure. If you go and look at their squad, they have like 1,000 over players on loan in all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, is it really 1,000?
And though all these players are all youth players, but have you ever seen? Okay, so like Liverpool, City, Spurs, and even United, they have like their own trademark players that came out of the academy. When was the last time time you saw a Chelsea academy player come up and making it big in the first team? They've always relied on buying players. That is something that he will need to work on.
That is something that Mourinho started.
The academy.
If you ask
Yeah,
me.
that's what Mourinho started, honestly speaking.
Second thing is they have Champions League next season.
Yeah.
How are they going to deal with that? So yeah.
I was gonna say Mourinho was coming out from the first team. I mean, for the youth team. Then you win a cup for United.
Josh Harrop, well done, United, in the last game of the season. Performed extremely well for a very young boy.
Special shout out because United isn't even in any of the list. Next, we're going to be
Any
talking
ways,
about the other side of North London,
Which,
the white side of North London. One of the best attacking teams this year. Most goals scored, actually.
And also the performance of Harry Kane and Dele Alli. A lot of people were writing them off after a shit show they had in England for Euros.
Including
especially
you.
Harry Kane.
Especially you,
Yeah,
Henry.
especially me. But they turned it around. And also, CK was talking about this throughout the season. Apart from Arsenal back then, Spurs were one of the teams that attacked extremely well as a unit. You have Dembele, Wanyama in midfield. You had Son, Ali and Kane in forward.
I think
that's all you need.
one of the reasons why they've been able to perform so well at the end of the season this time around is because they don't have Arsenal's pressure there anymore. Arsenal is way out of their league already this season.
Yeah,
They- for-
too
I
poor.
agree.
They don't
Yeah.
deserve to even have Dr.
The last two games,
No,
they could,
this is
the
like
last
the
two
first,
games, they
what,
scored like
22 years?
16 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a young squad. It's exciting. Problem right now is
Actually,
again is that.
youngest squad in the Premier League, actually.
And next season, they are not going to be in the White Hart Lane anymore. They're going to move. They're going to renovate the same damn place but name it differently.
Yeah, so that again, lah.
Wembley too.
If you ask me, they're going to be having 38 away games next season.
I honestly rather have them go on the road around London rather than play in Wembley Stadium because I don't think they can do it.
Okay,
They won't be- they barely
Pochettino
can-
made a very good argument. He said that this season we had to play at Wembley sometimes, but next season we'll be playing a whole full season at Wembley. So don't write us off yet. I bought his argument, and right now I think focus on them is how they have to set a target for themselves in Champions League, at least the knockout stages. Honestly, a squad of their caliber and quality should make it to at least the quarters.
Honestly, I feel like they could actually go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, if Leicester could have done it, they could have done it too.
Although my argument would be this squad was playing in Europe, both in the Champions League and the Europa League this season. They were knocked out by Ghent.
Genk. Yeah, exactly.
They were. Sorry,
So like, if
But
you-
I think they were knocked out of the Europa League probably because Pochettino placed more focus and emphasis in the Premier League. If you
I
think
would
about
agree
it.
with them. I would agree with them.
Because I remember I mentioned this before when we wrapped up one of the Europa League games. I talked about how fans just didn't really care about Europa League games. So I think that's where the focus is. But overall, good job to Spurs.
But next season they have to focus on Europe.
yeah.
If they want at least a shout at the championship or a cup, they have to fight for something. I don't think they can do the FA Cup like this season unless they can keep.
For some reason, they're very unlucky when it comes to FA Cup.
Again, you said it just now.
It's fucking
FA Cup
Arsenal's
is
cup.
fucking Arsenal's cup.
Now, a special mention just about 1 minute or two. Everton, they yeah. As much as I
Look
as
who's
much
the
as I
salty
hate
one
it-
now, bitch.
They are our rivals.
Yeah, they're
naturally.
our rivals.
So just give it.
Can't you be happy for your own rivals?
No.
Just like Man United lah.
Okay, now just a bit insight on that. Roberto Martinez brought Everton down to the ground towards the end of the 2015-16 season. They were at 11th place, if I'm not wrong, at the end of last season. Then Martinez left, and I think Koeman was one of the first managers to be announced in the new Premier League season. He brought Southampton into the Europa League.
Europa League.
In I think the first or second season of asking, and this season he's done it again. But a lot of doubts were there because Koeman had a problem after the first 4 or 5 games. They were constantly losing and drawing. And at the point of time where
They
Koeman was-
didn't play well away. Their away form was not
Yeah.
as good as their home form.
And-
Their home form was superb.
It was fantastic, yeah, but I would also call it because of the fact that they were quite unlucky with injuries too.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's about it. This year Everton's going to be Europa League. Well, good for them.
I think I call them winners because one thing, they have an extremely good home record and they've managed to find themselves two very talented young players, Tom Davies and Lukman.
Yes,
CK had a
extremely-
special mention just now, actually.
It's not actually the home, I mean like the record stats, right? It's actually the whole 16-17 part of
Season,
it.
yeah.
They did really well. They were on par with Tottenham. That's why they went up straight away.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
below number 10. Then slowly they went up with Tottenham.
And if you see the trend of the Premier League as well, it's too open this season.
Yeah,
It's so hard to call.
But then again, there were times when it was David versus Goliath, and they really just disappointed you. Especially that one game where they lost 2-1 to Tottenham. You really thought that they could pull off something, but they didn't.
But also
Lukaku
destroyed Arsenal, that's all I know.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Everton played really well.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I mean, the key to this is to the losses that Everton has had is the loss of Kevin Villarreal throughout the whole season, as well as Lukaku being easily shut down. If you realize how Lukaku has been constantly shut down, look at Liverpool's game. You just shut two avenues down, which is Barkley and Lukaku. That's it. Game over. But they won in a sense where a lot of the teams didn't read this.
But I would say, before we go on to the next talk set, I would say this is not Coleman's doing. He didn't really do much because Everton's squad was already there. I don't know how Martinez managed to fuck it up.
I think Coleman will be buying a few new players.
Yes, he did bring in players like Valencia.
No. I say like this new transfer window. We're gonna see more of a Coleman team after this.
I know he did buy in players like Williams and Valencia, but those players themselves were already experienced.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of how he played them. They themselves really knew how to adapt on the pitch. So I would say it's not too much of his jazzer. It's more of the team being already talented on the field.
Okay, then we will have to see next season if Koeman makes any changes or not and what happens to the team chemistry after that. We will move on now to the losers of the Premier League, and unfortunately it starts with the previous season's champions.
So my best analogy for this is what happens after Forever After.
This is what happens if you
No,
stop
what
praying.
happens after Happily Ever After?
This is what happens
fucked that up.
this is what happens when you stop praying after winning a title. It's like kacang lupakan kulit. You see Buddha also angry already.
Also,
That's why.
This is what happens when you sell Kante lah.
Yeah, that's very true. Leicester's season was basically destroyed because Ranieri was too confident with his squad.
Tak juga.
I say he's too confident in his squad.
Did you get anything?
Huh? Dilly dong. You're out of fucking Champions League, dog.
But don't you think it's a good thing for them?
Yeah.
To be out of the Champions League. At least they have time to recuperate and figure out what they want this season.
It's
Are
true.
they gonna recuperate?
I think they are.
Leicester did make a good name for themselves,
I think they are.
being the David versus Goliath story again.
Players are gonna go out on Leicester.
Who?
Mahrez.
To where?
Barcelona.
Anywhere but Leicester.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it either.
Are we still under that same understanding that Mahrez is probably a one-man club and it's going to be very hard for him to find another club to replace himself or to show back the same form again?
Okay, honestly, Mahrez would be super dumb to leave Leicester. It's like telling Hamsik to leave Napoli.
You know who's stupid enough to buy Mahrez?
Liverpool?
Arsenal.
I thought Liverpool. I was like, oh, okay.
No, honestly, they need this new season without any other international competitions in Europe to figure out what they want.
They had a good run.
Because there's no telling whether Shakespeare is going to be the next Ranieri.
That's
And
true.
Again, we've also said it that Leicester doesn't have the depth to be able to rotate players.
Actually, they do. I mean, look at the season when they became champions. Ranieri did a good job rotating the players. Look at up front. When Vardy wasn't playing, who was playing?
Okazaki and
Okay,
my argument would be like this, yeah. How many times did Ranieri sub out Vardy at the 60th and 70th minute in that season? A good number of times. I don't really have the exact number right now, but it was a good number of times. He knew
I think probably the whole season also.
a lot. He knew how to pace that team properly. Hence why when we saw Leicester games, they play good up front early, get a goal or two, defend like fuck.
But look at Leicester immediately after Ranieri left. Yes, I understand towards the end of the season they didn't play well, but that is the West Brom syndrome with these teams that are already safe. They're already on holiday mood.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
So they were basically hungover.
Yeah, my argument is that if they can play like how they played immediately after Ranieri left, they will still remain in the top half of the table. Because ultimately, that squad is a good squad. I keep saying this again and again. That squad has chemistry. They know what each other need to do. You
Last
know?
question to you guys. What went wrong?
The players, player power.
Kante.
And Kante lah.
Thai monks.
Yeah. That's what happens when you don't follow up on your prayers. That's the problem. You guys need to continue being faithful.
Okay, come on, let's move on.
Next team. This is a clear loser. Sunderland FC.
Moise.
Damn chibai. Straight away clear loser.
No,
I mean,
because look, 20th. They not only finished 20th, you get a manager of David Moyes' Moyes' caliber coming down and saying, hey guys, yeah, we're gonna get relegated this season.
What do you expect Moyes to be able to do aside? Let's put aside what he said about relegating. Okay, when the club itself is in shambles in terms of management, it's not able to provide the funds necessary to buy in the players it needs.
Correct.
What do you think Moyes could have done? He's already done the best he could. He brought in Januzaj, he brought in Defoe, he brought in Pina, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah,
he did.
Correct?
Bring in Pina, yeah.
He brought in the players that he used to work with and he trusts. Okay? Unfortunately, they don't fit into the Sunderland system because Sunderland is not Everton.
So why not have Moyes just stick with the players that Sunderland had and just build from there?
Because from the previous season, Sunderland's playing style didn't work. He changed it this season, it didn't work to them as well.
They could have been
The problem with Sunderland right now is players and management. And these are the kind of teams that relegate season after season after season.
And that's really unfortunate because we saw Sunderland trying to survive for the past 5-6 seasons.
I think
There are constant strugglers in the
I read
Premier
it
League.
somewhere that this season Sunderland was last for the last 169 days, 160 something days.
And you have one of the most oldest strikers up front.
Jermaine Defoe.
Fucking probably 40-year-old out there.
You know what's surprising or not? They are relying on this 40-year-old to actually score goals.
Exactly.
Their
So-
only source of goals is this 40-fucking-year-old. It's like Peter Crouch scoring for Stoke, you know.
So there really wasn't much. I mean, this was a very clear call.
But the loser, I would definitely, other than blaming the players, who most of them left in January for the AFCON, which caused David Moyes to be like, what the fuck am I going to do with the squad? Basically, almost half the team left for AFCON.
Yeah.
My point will always still be having the mindset at the start of the season. Having a positive mindset at the start of the season would at least give them at least a bit of a fight.
Fair enough. Honestly, before we go into this last team, I kind of feel like Moyes is going to get relegated if you ask me. Not relegated. He's going to get...
He resigned.
Oh, he's done already?
He resigned already. He resigned yesterday.
Who wants that job? Honestly, it's a shitty job.
Honestly, the most down on his luck, desperate manager.
But I see someone like, I know he retired already. I see someone like Sam Allardyce bringing them back to
Not coming back.
He's not coming back.
All
He's
right,
not coming back.
come on, let's get this started.
You try.
No,
He's
come on,
still
let's move on. I love this talk set. Come, let's do it.
Now, let's get this started.
Izam, I'm really sorry, but the last
we
team
deserve
in the
to be
loser bracket for Premier League is Arsenal FC.
One of the most horrible seasons you've experienced
This
over
is
the
the
past
worst,
7 years.
One of the worst.
Since the
One of the
Invincibles.
worst.
Fair enough to say that since the Invincibles.
Actually, yeah, this
Since
is
the
the worst
Invincibles.
season since we started that slump.
Yeah. Since the Invincibles. Since the
Fair enough.
Invincibles.
I would agree with that.
I think the facts are clear. We are no strangers to what has transpired over the season.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, Arsenal is a reliable club. You know, we can rely on them to be top from the first half of the season.
You can also be
You can
reliable.
rely on them to have that slump.
I don't actually
And you can
understand
rely on their
why
revival for a
I
while.
don't actually understand why CK and Henry are laughing because when I look at that Arsenal squad,
Are you gonna
it's
say
a
it's
good
the
team.
Liverpool?
It's a good team.
Oh, thank God.
It's a good team with a decent mix of players. Stop smiling at me with that insincere.
Arsenal, right, has been consistently choking during the peak of the season.
Yeah.
Where we have to win games. Arsenal need to win games. You're not winning the games. With those kind of players, with that caliber, you cannot win games. How are you going to be on top? True. That's why you're top.
True.
You're number 5 lah.
And also,
To be honest, I mean, I know because CK is kind of attacking me, I kind of need to rebut. To be honest, 5th place isn't so bad.
Is this what Arsenal has become?
Yuhan. It's not about me being complacent with being 5th. Obviously, we can be better. But I would rather be 5th than have what Chelsea went through last season. I would rather be 5th than be... I mean, I'm not attacking Liverpool right now, but be in that constant state of how Liverpool was back then leading up to this year. How they were always up and down, up and down. There was one point they finished 8th in the league. 5th isn't so bad if you compare it to that.
Okay.
Do you think you have lowered your standards over the years and expectations gradually?
No.
Subconsciously, maybe?
No,
Without you
I
realizing?
mean, we're playing football. There's going to be winners, there's going to be losers.
Okay.
And for a club like Arsenal, of course, we do expect them to get trophies.
You know what I want to
We
say?
do expect them to be
Here's what
champions.
I want to say. Liverpool needs fans like you. That one was for Henry.
What the fuck?
So another thing that I want to point out for Arsenal, right? Who the fuck is Lucas Perez? He's a player of such caliber.
He forgot.
can be a better striker than Perez, right? Wouldn't they have got it? They say they got money, right?
Okay, wait.
So shit than Lucas Perez.
Okay, come. Let me talk about it. Lucas Perez, number one. He was not our first choice.
Exactly. Then why the fuck you buy him?
Because the board could only allow us to spend that much. Legit. Kroenke.
I'm not kidding. I forgot Perez was in Arsenal.
He went missing after the turn of the season.
Yeah, the turn of the year.
The turn of the year.
Fucking forgot, you know.
It's like, oh yeah, where is Lucas Perez?
My point exactly, yeah. That's why
Xiong.
you buy a player that all the time, and you're paying him
This much money.
right?
Yeah.
I'm saying you're paying him for his services and he's not converting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This season, it's
Hey,
because of the striker.
Benteke against Salam. Benteke against Salam.
People, that's why.
Exactly lah.
So that's
So probably gonna be the same with Perez lah, for all we know.
So you
Which
want
is
to
kind
buy
of sad though, because he was
lah.
a waste of money. Actually, not as waste of a Benteke lah, honestly speaking. Yeah, I'll take that back. I'll take that back.
It's Lucas Perez. Perez was there when we needed him before the turn of the year. I give him that.
What happened after that?
After that,
He choked also lah.
everybody choked lah in Arsenal.
I have a question for Izam.
Last question.
What does it take for the board to agree to invest the money in players like Sanchez? The amount of money that you need to buy a player like Sanchez.
Honestly,
What does it take? Like,
honestly, I don't know. This is a question
because
even I can't answer.
remember, Sanchez came a season after Ozil came.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So something must have prompted the board to say, okay, you know what? Let's go
We
for
need
Ozil.
someone like
Okay?
Sanchez.
A season later that, it prompted them to say, okay, you know what? Let's go for Sanchez. But then this season, they decided to save the money.
But you know what? You know what might be the turning point that we all are waiting for? 5th place.
He's so positive. I really, I look up to
It's
you.
so
lah,
weird
Izam.
to see
I
Izam
look up to you.
Who are you and what have you done with Izam?
Today,
Wenger, today you have broken an Arsenal fan.
no. I came in today.
This Arsenal.
I came in today with the mindset of doing whatever it takes to not scream.
Did Carl from Padang Bola Sepak
Tell
mind wash you or something?
that to Arsenal fans.
Actually, no, yeah, it's mostly Carl.
Memorable moments of the Premier League.
Carl poisoned me last night.
Memorable moments.
Memorable moments of the Champions League. Sorry, the
Fan
Premier
TV.
League. We didn't have any because we weren't there. The first one is Arsenal Fan TV and Arsenal fans in general.
One of my own personal memorable moment would be Giroud's scorpion kick lah. Just wanted.
One of the most memorable moments also was Giroud
drone?
celebrating it a week later.
How about the drone? Can we talk about the drone, please?
And also 3 planes being flown around England.
See?
In a span of 6 months.
And
You
our
guys-
first 3 honorable mentions already to Arsenal.
Correct.
You guys need teams like Arsenal. It gives you guys entertainment at least.
Second thing that we want to note about a memorable moment in the Premier League is the clusterfuck of a season it has become. It has been a crazy season.
And this
for
is going to
every team.
continue.
Not crazy, I mean, the fixtures have been fucking fucked up.
Crazy. And it's going to continue for another year because it's a 4-year schedule, guys. Sorry. Next year it's going to be harder because the World Cup is coming and England is going to try and win it.
Again.
Liverpool versus lower league teams. That's about it.
Robin Hood in action.
Yes, Robin Hood in action. And the last one is the most open and competitive, I have to say, the most entertaining league I have seen so far.
The most entertaining Premier League.
Yeah, we almost lost 4th place lah. Just saying.
Yeah, we almost lost 4th place. But then again, we brought it to ourselves. We brought it to ourselves, okay?
Yeah.
We brought it to ourselves. So we understand that, it's fine. Let's move on to Spain, where we have not much to talk about. Winners and losers straight away. Winners, of course, Real Madrid. I didn't expect this.
Good for them.
Good for them.
I always had faith in Zidane.
Zidane.
From the start, despite however rocky he was in. But, you know, this is what they need.
And one thing to note is Real didn't buy a lot of.
I think the turning point for La Liga, I don't know, but is Barca a loser here? No.
Barca is not even on the list.
He's not even on the list. Okay, I would say the turning point for who would have been the title winners was when Enrique decided to say, I'm leaving
I quit.
Barca at the end of the season.
Yeah.
You don't say that halfway through the season when your team is trying to win the league, you know?
Yeah, it kind of
And
left
they weren't doing too bad. They were just
Yeah, but there were just a couple of games that that managed to give us content to talk about this entire season.
Yeah,
the
it's
the
true.
away games that they lost, which were ridiculous. you know?
especially against Real Betis.
Betis, Malaga, I forgot who else already. So I don't know what to say about Barca because who's going to come in next season for them?
So you're saying that the winner was contributed because Barca?
Yeah, because Barca decided to become a loser.
Also, fun fact, Madrid was first from week 9 onward. Game week 9 and onwards.
Yeah. There was
Congrats to Zidane,
second, first.
And in fact, if you
First no, then second sekejap, then first
you,
again.
you know, if you ask me who should be considered winners in the La Liga, there really aren't much teams to talk about.
We pointed that out. There's quite
most-
not.
No,
even
Henry
the
and I had trouble with
even
this
the
part.
top 5 teams, even the top 5 teams, you look at the run of their entire season, it's not been convincing. Atletico, for one, have been the Dortmund of Spain.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we
They
should
have
put
been-
Atletico as one of the
In
losers.
general, they have been very disappointing. You look at Sevilla, 3-time Europa League champions.
And they're at 4th place.
Still going back to Europa League.
Yeah.
Shit season.
No, they're not.
Oh no.
They're in the playoff spots.
My bad.
Sevilla in the playoff spots.
The reason why you don't see them in Champions League, in Europa League this time around is because
They were in the
they,
Champions
they
League.
didn't have to play. They didn't have to degrade to Europa League. Like the previous few seasons, they always degraded to the Europa League.
And this time around, they were good enough to get out of
Europa.
the Europa spot.
yeah.
They got themselves somewhere in. The
I think
knockout stages.
arguable the best team to be considered a winner after Real Madrid would be Villarreal, if you ask me. For a team that came back after relegation just like a few years ago.
2 seasons back.
2 seasons back.
Special mention to Villarreal.
And,
Special
and
mention
now
to
they are up
Villarreal.
there in the top half of the table. It's
They were also in the quarterfinals last season
Yeah,
for the Europa League. And our second winner is Sevilla. Second winner is Sevilla.
the fuck. I was just shitting on them.
No, okay. Okay, wait. Let me speak lah. Fuck you all, okay?
Speak your mind, son.
I wouldn't say that they won, but it's more like a special mention because they were losers in the sense where they didn't do exactly.
Yeah, I'll
well.
tell you who was the loser. Samin Asri.
But sorry.
Samin Asri.
Yes.
Always have,
but
always will be.
You have to consider this. They lost 3 of their key players. Jevon Konoplyanka went on loan to Schalke. Gregor Krychowiak left for PSG. Kevin Gamero went to
Atletico.
Madrid. They lost their key players. But credit to Jorge Sampaoli. He did what Unai Emery couldn't do a season before when he was there, which was elevate the club. Even with the players that he didn't have. Krychowiak, Konoplyanka and Gamero were under Unai Emery and they finished 7th place last season. This season without them they got 4th place.
Okay, by your argument, I give you lah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So they get it by merit.
You sound so reluctant.
See you in Europa.
Did you say that on behalf of Arsenal?
No. He's saying it on behalf
I'm
of
saying
himself.
that for,
saying
for
that
Liverpool
Liverpool's
was
going
going
to
to
be
beat
going to
them in playoffs.
Correct. Anyways, for
But
the
Liverpool
losers,
has lost to Sevilla before, right?
shut up. Losers for the La Liga. Izam?
Actually, macam tak ada sangat.
Granada lah.
Granada.
I mean,
Granada.
That's a memorable
Granada.
moment because
honestly,
Yes.
not much of a mention there because it's very obvious.
they were expected lah.
Yeah.
Memorable moments. Barcelona. Yes. CK is typing that as he says it. CK, you want to put
Basically, Neymar being a bitch. Then there was the bottle throwing incident at Messi.
Oh yeah.
What else? Basically, every
Tony
single,
Adams.
every single referee moment that we didn't get to catch, but Mikhail decided to remind us towards the end of the season.
Thank you, Mikhail.
Yeah.
Memorable moments, one more time. Las Palmas. Never forget Las Palmas.
Never forget the first game. 5-1
Against
5-1
Granada. And the fact that we didn't realize that Las Palmas had the likes of Nabil Elzar, ex-Liverpool player, and Kevin Prince Boateng. Four
I was
players.
damn surprised that Boateng was there.
And he scored in that game. And Tony Adams destroying Granada as soon as he went there. And he had the balls to say that Arsene Wenger was not a good manager.
He isn't.
I guess to reach there.
Anyways, that was it for Spain. Now, Bundesliga.
Yay! Okay, faster preach.
Leipzig will be the losers.
We give the 3 of us keep quiet. We give Isam 5 minutes to suck his own dick. Come.
Oh, Leipzig, yeah.
CK just had a spit take.
Fuck, wait. For your information, Isam just came all over the place and his cum smells like Red Bull.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
So again, obviously on top of this list would be Leipzig, a first-time Bundesliga competitor, all the way up to second. How can you not say that's not a winner, CK?
Champions League in how many years? 5 years?
10 years.
No.
7 years. 7 years.
Yeah.
How can you not say that's a winner, CK?
From which division again?
From the bottom, from the
Bottom,
5th
fourth
division.
year, all the way up to Champions League in 5 years.
And again, we're talking about relatively unknown players who are always on the bench.
Rejects.
Rejects.
CK wants to say something about Nabi.
Sure,
Keita.
CK, come.
Plus they're not the winners.
CK, here's the thing. Yeah.
CK will say.
Life isn't always about winning.
Yeah, it's not about winning, but for Liverpool, it's about signing black players.
Towards the end of the season, when they are playing against Bayern Munich, the goal
The
fest they had-
5-4 win.
Oh man, that's part of the memorable moments.
If they would have won that, Wouldn't you be happier?
I would, but we would have still lost against Bayern. Bayern was too far in front.
Imagine you beat the champions, but you still at second. And I call them the winner.
Yeah, but
they
can
lose
you
to
can
the
you
winner.
can you tell me any other team that have been able to put up that kind of fight against me?
No,
Dortmund
Arsenal,
couldn't even score that much
Arsenal.
against Bayern.
Arsenal.
Couldn't even score more than one against Bayern. What you talking about?
Contribute to Bayern. That's why.
We couldn't even score more than one against Bayern.
That's right.
Exactly.
Pass the ball to you.
It wasn't as memorable as that Leipzig game.
What he's saying is that Arsenal managed to send Bayern into hell and then make them play like shit in the next few games after they exited Champions League.
How did we send Bayern into hell?
Yeah, because they defeated you, then only they got to play with Real Madrid.
And then they got destroyed
Then they
by
got
the
destroyed. So
okay.
technically,
I
you
can say.
And now he's happy
you
back. Now he's
contributed
back.
to their
No, because I didn't
their
understand.
drawback. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Because of the fact that they had to perform against Arsenal, they ultimately let themselves go.
Technically, CK is indirectly saying the only time Bayern can score 10 goals is when they play against Arsenal.
Wow.
I guess strong words, but I mean it was two legs lah. So
Leipzig, even though it's Leipzig, its best season ever, they're still losers in the end.
Wow.
Even though they got Champions League,
But then again, they never had the objective to beat Bayern.
this is the only chance they can win the whole league. Can you say the same thing for next season?
No,
when the
CK,
players start
look.
going off.
CK, we're looking at this team and you compare it even not just paper-wise, but just overall performance together. No team at the start of the season, no team in the
He has the
Bundesliga.
underdog mentality right now. Because
No, CK, it's not about
even though you get second, third, fourth, or fifth, you're still good because you're coming from below. So you're saying Newcastle next season, if they get second, is a good thing.
Yeah, it is what.
It is.
a team that just got promoted
It is
getting
what?
second.
Walao.
Who has heard of that?
What do you want? What do you want Leipzig to do?
What do you want, CK? Do you dream at night?
No, that's the wrong question to ask him. He's going to say he wants them to win.
Next season for the first time in 3 years, and they immediately win the cup in Istanbul. Is that what you're picturing right now?
Are we going to play in Istanbul next season?
No, not Istanbul.
I'm just saying it because I need to entice his memory.
Nah, see, CK, even if since Liverpool can get back into the Champions League if they get past the qualifiers, what if they get knocked out in the group stages?
Toy.
Touch wood.
What if they draw against Barca?
Touch wood.
Hey,
Fucker, they become the new Arsenal.
Anyways, good job to Leipzig. There's no.
wait, no, I want to hear him out. I'm not done yet. I want to hear why. Why do you say they're the losers? I don't see that. No, we all are disagreeing right now.
So if Leipzig wins, right, they have more credit in the in the Bundesliga, saying the players will stay for another season to see how it goes. Right? They got second place. Players might go off. The team is different already. What I'm saying is, in the future, Leipzig, you're saying them are the winners now, but in the end, players are going to leave the club already.
I don't feel like
So
players.
you're
are
gonna
leaving the
say
club.
you're saying that something like Kante might happen to Leipzig.
I don't feel like players are gonna leave.
But think about it. Leicester won championship.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe that's why they got second, so that no one would buy. Yes.
So he's saying that there's an opportunity cost for being at second place to prevent players from leaving.
So I'm saying like teams like Dortmund or even Schalke, they may perform bad this season. Next season might not be the same at all. I'm saying this season is special for Leipzig. Yes, they are second place. They could have won it all the way.
They couldn't.
They could have.
They couldn't.
They were one moment they were on top, right?
They couldn't win it all the way, CK.
No, they could. He's saying that they couldn't have maintained that lead because it was at the very early stages of the season.
CK, no, they could not have won the league. There was no possible way for them to win, if you ask me. Sure, I was optimistic of them winning it, but there was no possible way of them winning it.
This conversation is getting a bit tiring. So yeah,
let's move
on.
Winners.
Sorry, special shout out to Forsberg, yeah.
Fraser Ford. I know it's not Fraser Forsberg.
Email.
Don't worry, CK. We understand where you're coming from, but we honestly feel like to put them as losers.
Take a chill pill. Have a Red Bull.
It's over.
So saying that if you're not winners, then you're losers, right? That means like even though you're second place, you're still losers, right?
Then you should be calling Spurs losers. Did you call him losers at the start of the podcast?
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna rewind them right now. I'm gonna check.
Alright, we're moving on to Koln next, yeah? So FC Koln, they've been...
CK, please don't say they're losers. Just please don't say they're losers.
Koln.
Okay, can we categorize Koln and Hoffenheim together?
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't mention Hoffenheim much because I didn't feel like
They should have got.
Why? Because I mentioned Koln because Koln has consistently been a team that is, I would say, West Brom level.
I think Koln is like the Villarreal of Bundesliga.
Okay.
You get what I mean? And for Hoffenheim, I think the reason why we should put Hoffenheim in this category is because the manager is young.
Okay, special
Gives you
mention.
a reminiscence of Adrian Villas-Boas or Roberto Di Matteo.
And in Porto.
You know?
In Porto.
Yeah, but basically that's it. I don't really know their players, who they are. I know Hoffenheim has Kramaric and Zuber, who play amazing crosses and interceptions.
Okay, lah.
Cologne, on the other hand, I haven't really been paying attention to their games, but I believe to be able to make it to that spot in the Bundesliga is not easy. Because
True.
it's a
Because it was quite open below Bayern.
Given the fact, okay, yes, their defense is shit. Every single team is shit defense, but that's what makes it a level playing field for Bundesliga.
Because everyone can attack.
And also there's a quotation on the players as well.
Also, special mention to Hoffenheim then, because I didn't put them in because I wanted to put Hamburger in.
What?
What the fuck?
Okay, clutch final day win.
CK, this is the point where you shit on him.
I want to know what you guys have been smoking.
Why not Hoffenheim? Yeah,
Hoffenheim is literally the
62 points and Cologne is 49 points and 5th. You get what I'm saying?
But you said that Leipzig was a loser lah, so tada beza lah kalau macam tu. So anyways
This is a podcast full of contradictions and
This is a podcast where just everyone fights against each other.
again,
What the heck?
Hamburg is here because of that clutch final day win. Plus, Hamburg has been from the start of the season. They've been shit. Definitely shit. I will testify to that. Dude, the reason why.
wait, say that again.
Honestly speaking,
Just one game can change the whole season.
Now it's
honestly
easier to
speaking,
edit.
huh?
Now it's easier to edit.
Honestly speaking, have you seen the Bundesliga relegation battle this season?
Exactly.
Even Bayern Leverkusen was in there. There were 6 teams.
Exactly.
In the fight
so
for
this
relegation.
is a small victory for them, which is consecutively a very big thing too. At the same time.
I don't know what's
I don't think
happening
they
right now.
deserve to be in the winners' leagues. Like,
No lah, okay lah, fine. There'll be more of a special mention lah.
Yes, at least, yes. Special mention.
not winners. They shouldn't be winners.
Exactly.
They've
Even
been
Cologne
shit
as
the whole
well.
season. I don't know what to say about
If you can put Hamburg as winners, right? Honestly, Ingolstadt and Darmstadt deserve a winner spot too.
that. Yes,
Because even though they relegated, they played some fucking good games, man.
especially
That
against
is
Bayern.
the bar of entry for you, lah. You know, saying.
Fair.
I understand the point. Like Leipzig put out the fight, right? That's why you call them a winner.
No, it wasn't because they put up a fight.
It's because they rose from
They went from nothing to nothing.
all the way to the throne.
Oh, it's Bundesliga lah.
And also, look, okay, one background of that as well. Now, I recently read an article about how Red Bull Leipzig became the Germany's most hated club. One of the most hated.
We all know that.
Yes, but it's only because
Shout out to Dortmund.
every team in the Bundesliga have a 50-50 rule. 50% will go to main stakeholders and 50% will go to the fans. It means fans pay for whatever they see on the pitch. Red Bull, as well as Bayer and Wolfsburg, who's owned by Volkswagen, by the way, they are the only teams with the 50+1 policy where they are allowed to dictate whatever happens to the team, the main stakeholders, and fans have less say.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
So it's
that's
counter
why-
tradition, lah.
Yes, to have teams like Wolfsburg, to have teams like Bayer, these are the teams that are hated because they are not technically fan based. That's why they're so hated. And to have a team, you see Wolfsburg and Bayer Leverkusen, they just basically gave up. We have Leipzig, who came from
The slums, the
They were
shadows.
at the 5th league.
The players are basically members of the League of Shadows.
Yeah, and they came all the way back up, despite being spat on by teams like Dortmund. Fans of like winning fans, award-winning fans, spat on them. You know the amount of
Yeah.
hardship they had to go
Okay,
through.
I think we've made our point. Speaking of Dortmund, let's talk about the losers this season.
Special mention to Hanover also for the promotion.
Hey, Hanover and Stuttgart, welcome back, man.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back.
Also special mention. and also a special mention to Wolfsburg for once.
Yo, I've not made a pun yet.
How the hell did you guys get
I
yourselves
need to
down
reach my
there?
quota.
Okay, before this, the playoffs are still going on for Wolfsburg. Money on the team that is coming up, or do you think Wolfsburg is going to stay?
So my hunch tells me they're gonna stay.
I actually have a
Yeah,
hunch.
my hunch tells me they're gonna stay. Yeah.
Stay?
Yeah.
Stay.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go on to the only loser that I put in this list.
Borussia Dortmund.
Very deservedly so.
Leverkusen should be there too, honestly.
Every team except Bayern should be there.
Wow. Wow.
I don't want to say anything.
And we just gave up on
The
CK.
fact that they lost so miserably to Madrid should merit them in that loser bracket. Think about it.
For Bayern, is it?
I mean, you're a team that is regarded as the second Barcelona.
One of the best teams in the world. Okay.
I'll put them in there, man.
We put
I'll be
Bayern
more than happy to
as the
put them in
losers.
there, man. Because don't forget,
We're
don't
talking about
forget.
the league, not
No, don't forget.
Champions
Remember Renato Sanchez?
Who?
Renato Sanchez.
Oh, the guy who won
The
Europe
Lucas
without
Perez
winning
of
anything.
Bayern Munich.
Nah, he's young. Cannot be Lucas Perez.
Yeah, and Lucas Perez
Okay,
is more
guys.
handsome.
Okay, back to
Lucas
Dortmund.
Perez is old. He's 29.
Okay, back.
Okay, fine.
Back to Dortmund.
Basically, Dortmund, you are in this bracket because your fans were shitty to a club.
One thing.
That's one of the
And
things.
then,
But it was a very
Wait,
disappointing.
I want to hear what you
Okay.
And then you had tons of disappointing games. Case in point that Hertha Berlin game will never go away.
2-1 loss.
Yeah, that
Never
one will
forget.
never go away. What other memorable losses are they experienced? See, this is how worthless you are to us, man. You can't even remember which game.
Wow. Look at what? Is that your point?
No, okay, you guys are gonna. CK is not gonna be happy with this, but despite Dortmund being third, they're still here in the losers part. He's not gonna be happy with it. I'm not even gonna look at
I
his
say
face.
everybody should be in the losers bracket, so Dortmund should be inside the losers bracket even though.
Anyways, they're only not fourth because of the fact that the referee was actually quite shitty in that game against Hoffenheim. Their last game against Hoffenheim. Because there was so many. I was watching it and there were so many calls that Hoffenheim should have got there.
They won, right?
Yeah,
they won 4-3, right?
They won 4-3, and it should not have been 4-3. Should have been a win for Hoffenheim if you ask me.
Fuck, CK is just like, as long as they won. The only
CK,
thing that
this is
important
the same
that
thing
they
with
won.
Leicester last season. As long as they won.
Also, one more thing to note over here before we end the whole thing.
Leipzig could have said that same thing as well.
Okay, anyways, I want to add on to Izam's point was also Tuchel.
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel's
Tuchel and the ball not.
basically everything about Dortmund that we all knew unraveled before our eyes. I mean, at the end of the season, which caused the slump as well.
Apparently, a lot going on behind the scenes in the box. Even back dating to Klopp's time there.
Yeah, we talked about this before as well.
A couple of weeks ago, yeah. And like, it's a shame, really. It is because it trickled all the way down to the players. Players weren't performing well, and at the end of it, I don't see Tuchel staying in Dortmund for long.
Which is why I'm gonna ask this question. If Tuchel leaves,
Not
who?
The next
who
Mainz
to take?
Who's the Mainz manager now? That's the one going there.
Arsene Wenger.
Wow.
Actually,
Paris.
Arsene Wenger is going PSG.
yeah.
Arsene Wenger is going
doesn't
PSG.
sound like a bad idea.
Wait, what?
First time winning his cup in a Bundesliga.
Wenger wins the first German cup in his entire career.
Brendan Rodgers, you know.
With Celtic, right?
Went to King in Scotland.
No.
King in Scotland.
But Wenger, I think he's gonna go to PSG if he leaves Arsenal.
And probably Laurent Blanc might go to Dortmund.
Yeah.
For all we know. And suddenly he calls up Kylian Mbappe of Monaco. Congratulations, by the way. Slap like 100 million price tag on him.
102 million pounds.
Wow. I heard 1 or 2 million. I'm like,
I have one or two.
that's too cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Memorable moments, let's talk about it. Not really that much. Two that stood out to me was again the Leipzig loss against Munich, 4-5, right? Could have won, but we lost. Too bad. And
all the amazing set pieces from Darmstadt and Ingolstadt.
oh yes, did not mention that. But Kalu's goal scoring return to action for Hertha Berlin.
That's the only country he can drive in.
No lah, because this was after a period of mourning for him. He lost his father and his auntie.
Oh, okay, I didn't
in
know
the span
that.
of 2
I
weeks.
didn't know that.
And he took a 3-month break, if I'm not mistaken, August, September, October. Yeah, 3-month break just to recover with the family.
Dedicated to the family.
Dedicated to the family. And he literally missed the first 3 months of the games lah. First
And now it's time to go to China.
fucker.
Why is everyone so savage today?
Because that's where all African players go to play.
Alright, so before we end the pod today, we have a very short.
We wanted to do it in half an hour. This is 15 minutes already,
Tahu
guys.
tak apa. There's one short preview for this weekend's FA Cup final, Arsenal against Chelsea.
Arsenal's not on the
Okay, you know what? Let's not do a preview. Let's just predict results.
Okay, wait.
2-1.
Chelsea 2-1. Liverpool lah CK.
If I call Chelsea, then Arsenal will win. So I'll call Arsenal will win.
But then you have been having a good run of form lah. So
Oxlade Chamberlain will
by the
score
way.
the goal.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oxlade Chamberlain.
Okay, but what's your score?
Huh? Oxlade Chamberlain. Lah.
Oxlade
how
Chamberlain
many
isn't a
goals?
score.
Chamberlain 1, Chelsea 0.
Okay, that's all.
Arsenal 3-1.
Anyways, that's the end of the podcast for this week. Stay tuned next week for our final podcast for the season.
Yes.
Oh, finally.
We can finally take a break. We can have nights to our own selves again, doing whatever we want. And that's about it. So till then, guys, lots of balls.
Balls.
Balls.